Well, you have read the title. That's right, I've just watched Masters of the Universe, and everyone is right. I agree the same. It's absolute mediocre now. Now, this would kind of be a little bit weird for me to say, despite me being born in the late 2000s, and the fact I've never seen the series or played with the action figures in my life. I actually kind of have a bit of nostalgia from this. It might just be because I am a massive fan of the 80s. Although I can't live out my phone though. So I feel like it's just my bias talking that's getting me to feel this nostalgia feeling because I don't know He-Man much, but I just recognized a lot when I saw the movie. And now I think I can definitely get why people say this is the best mid-movie of all time. It's because it has a lot of flaws, but with a lot of helping redeeming features. If I had to take it for an example, yeah, none of the jokes landed for me, a lot of the acting was kind of rough. But on the redeeming side, it had some of the best camera work I've ever seen in any movie. To be honest, most movies that have action never really do camera work that well. And the emotion is just absolute, such a cartoonish exaggeration, which I love. It's really what makes emotion stand out way better when you get an adaptation like this. It's what helped it feel like it just got ripped out of the TV show. You know, I feel like taking a light direction was the right move to give it a few little jokes, but the problem is none of the jokes really landed. They're just jokes that were sort of just recycled from other TV shows and movies. So none of the jokes here are really that original. It's why it's not really giving you that energy for a final emotional breakdown. I mean, just almost every gag that comes up feels like one you can easily just predict what's going to happen. And also, just remember, this is a retro, so it's an adaptation. So it's going to have a bunch of references and licensed music. So yeah, it had quite a few references, none of them really struck the landing to capture the feeling of He-Man. But the licensed music was done very well. In most adaptations, they just overly use it. But in this, they did it perfectly. They didn't just add a lot of licensed music. They put songs in that actually fitted with the theme of this movie. And it didn't just randomly pop up in random scenes that felt like it was just hitting you in the face. And speaking of the music, they did the theme in absolutely perfectly. It sounds exactly like how you probably imagine it in a movie form, like, I don't know if it was like kind of from the intro of the show or anything, but it really just broke me down. It just had the right amount to show the emotional stakes and the fight scenes, right amount of upbeat, right amount of heavy metal, right amount of trying to slow down every few seconds now and then. Also, the visuals were really amazing. It was a lot of VFX, but it was just really colorful that captured the old sort of 80s feeling now, while modern days are just so bland and colorless. And maybe another flaw I would give is that the fight scenes did kind of drag, and it kind of just left a little less room for more emotional stakes, and also kind of there was just humor throughout it again. And again, it didn't strike the landing. So you can see I'm going back and forth, whether something's a flaw and whether something is a positive. That's why this movie is so mid. It wouldn't be the reason why it's like, I mean, the aesthetics is very similar to the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It's kind of like this year's Dungeons and Dragons, which is why it looks like it's becoming a bit of a box office disaster. Yeah, I think this is the first big movie of the year to actually be a box office flop. So yeah, a 50-50 divide in here. You can tell most of the time it was just lacking in the acting and humor department, especially that the cast was completely random, but it still worked, but still was kind of just a bit random with all these big actors, kind of. And I would say, yeah, it's a good recommendation whether you were born from the 80s and have a lot of nostalgia, but if you're not, there's definitely a lot of new stuff to catch up on, because this was a great first impression when I went to see this movie. It gave me a massive taste of He-Man. I feel like most 80s people would probably say maybe it does good at feeling like it was ripped out of the TV show, but maybe just not the best of feeling like everything you want it to be for an adaptation, because it could have been maybe without the humor, or a bit of all the licensed music. And why does everybody think this is a joke? Jared Leto as Skeletor, he still at least did a great job at it. Just be thankful no one else did it. And I promise this movie still levels up what the original show and action figures used to do. You could feel the action, you could feel the emotion. It's taken everything up to the next level. It doesn't feel like any joyride, it almost feels like a deadly ride. And don't take this seriously when I mean it has a lot of recycled plot elements. I mean, yes, the plot is very similar to Thor Ragnarok, but don't take it seriously in a way like it's just trying to copy it. It still at least feels like a He-Man movie. And good thing that Amazon MGM did not ruin it. But you know what they're going to ruin very soon in the future? James Bond. Why? I wanted Idris Elba to play the next James Bond. Now what are they gonna do with this? Americanize it? And again, Adam and Skeletor had really good growth throughout the movie, and they had pretty good casting despite some certain choices on the other cast. And this has a lot of great elements for a movie that you can watch even with your family, even there's a bit of cursing or gore in it. It has some emotional speeds, a lifelong lesson about empathy, and too many real-world jokes. So yeah, no matter your audience, you could probably give this a 10 out of 10, and it would still be a very mediocre movie for you. But anyways, that's it for me. This summer I'm ranking every Mission Impossible movie since it's tied to my name, and I'll see you in the next one. And you know the drill, like and subscribe down below if you like the content and want to see more.